In this video, I'm going to go over just how many roles there are in cybersecurity, whether you're into hacking or not, and how to find your place in the cybersecurity field. So stick around for that. Hi, I'm Jordan from Cyber Zero to Hero, and I have had an interesting path to eventually get to the CISO chair. And I want to help 50,000 people find their way into the cyber field doing what they love. The need is great, and the industry and the world needs people just like you to join, get good, and to learn how to guide people and businesses to better secure themselves. Cybersecurity is a massive field. There are so many different facets to it and so many different ways to participate in the cybersecurity field and to build your own career. When most people think about cybersecurity, they think about hacking, and they think about ethical hacking, and they will think about the other side, which is more the security analyst or the SOC analyst side, which is the counter to the hackers trying to get in. So there's two sides to that coin, but there's far more than that. I often remind people that saying cyber is a lot like saying medicine. Well, what type of medicine? Dermatology, psychology, pediatrics, oncology. There are so many different aspects to it. And just like cyber, there are so many different ways that you can contribute and participate and grow and develop the skills you already have and to pursue the things that you are most interested in. If you're into hacking and if you're into that exciting bit to cybersecurity, there's obvious paths for you to pursue, and this channel is going to cover some of those things. But in this video, I want to cover the broad spectrum of all the different things that you could be considering and looking at the different places for you to find your place. The organization NIST tried to figure out how many different roles there were within cybersecurity. And in their NICE framework, hate the acronym, but the NICE framework, there are 52 job roles within cybersecurity. And by my count, roughly a dozen of them require you to know some kind of hacking at some level. So 52 roles, about a dozen require hacking. That leaves a lot of room for a lot of different expertise and a lot of different ways to grow your career. I'll put a link to the NIST NICE framework in the description field below. The NICE framework breaks cybersecurity down into 7 broad categories of function, of things to do. They are to securely provision, operate and maintain, oversee and govern, protect and defend, this is where we get into more of the hacking and defense things, analyze, collect and operate, and then to investigate. So the NIST NICE framework defines all of these things, and if you go through the framework, you will see not just job titles, because job titles really aren't that useful anyway, but you will see the types of things that people are expected to do, things that businesses or organizations need someone to do within the organization in order to address their cybersecurity issues. Let me pull out a couple of these roles so that you get an idea about what's in the framework. Software developer, systems developer, data analyst, cyber legal advisor, IT project manager. There are security specific and security specialized IT project managers for security projects, IT program auditors, cyber defense analysts, target developers. That's an interesting job. Cybercrime investigators, cyber defense forensics analysts. There are some things in here that are pretty traditional, and there are a lot of things in here that a lot of people don't think about that are cyber jobs that could be specialized, and in massive organizations, they are. Not all organizations have a dedicated security project manager, but it gives you an idea as to where you could go, and more importantly, as the field grows and develops and matures, you can start mapping out where you might want your career to go over the next 5 to 10 years, because each one of these roles will expand. So how can you use the NIST NICE framework to help map out your career or where you could go next? The NICE framework is a great tool for this, and it's not necessarily designed for this, but you can use it this way. Number 1, take a look at each of the job roles and the types of skills that each job requires, and then check off all of the things that you already know how to do or have some experience in. Do that across the entire 52, and you can see where you could jump into right away because you've already got that foundation, that base level knowledge where you could be most useful. And that might be hacking, that might be as a SOC analyst or a security analyst, a defense analyst, or it might be legal, it might be risk, it might be training and awareness, communications. I kill to have someone from a marketing background who also knows a little bit about security to draft security communications to my organizations. I would love that. And those people are extremely rare. We need more of those. So you can start looking at what you already know how to do and map them against the NICE framework. And that can provide you with that next step. Step number 2 is to start mapping out where you want to go. Start looking at the things that each job role does and see what interests you. There's probably going to be some job roles within the framework that is going to excite you. You're going to look at that and say, I want to do that. That's who I want to be. And the NICE framework provides you a little bit of a roadmap, really high level and very generic, but it at least gives you the hooks that you need to start building a map for where you want to go beyond your next step. For instance, do you have an expertise or an interest in management? You could do that. Do you want to do crime investigation? That's beyond hacking and that's beyond being a defense analyst. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do architecting and security architecting for IT infrastructure? You could do that too. Whatever it is on that list, whatever it is that jumps out and says, yeah, I think I'm really interested in that, that becomes something you should probably pursue a little bit further. Ask someone in the field who might know more about that and to how to do that. Or if you don't know anybody else, you know me. So if you have a question about any one of these 52 roles, post your question down in the comment field below and I will answer every single one I can. Because remember, I'm trying to get to 50,000 and I want you to be one of those 50,000. Thanks very much.